Hey guys, Profe Pablo here, Spanish teacher turned Minecraft engineer. You guys asked for a mob farm, and that is what we are going to do today. This mob farm is a pretty big build. As you can see, mobs are inside of this farm. We're using water to push them into a kill chamber, and in a matter of minutes, we get crazy amounts of loot. The redstone for this farm really isn't that complicated. The first layer is a little tricky, but every layer after that is super easy. You get all kinds of mobs in this mob farm. You get zombies, skeletons, spiders, creepers, and all you have to do is AFK and wait. Mob farms are good for rotten flesh, bones, bows, arrows, gunpowder, lots of things. And you might be wondering what rotten flesh is good for. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this mob farm. Let's get going. One quick thing before we start. Guys, I'm trying to grow my channel, and if you want to help out, you could do so by commenting on the video. You could answer the question, what are you going to do with your mob drops? If you like the video, be sure and like, and if you like a lot of my videos, be sure and subscribe. Okay guys, so for this mob farm, the first thing we have to do is decide where to put the mob farm. So we have a couple options. First of all, we have to understand a little bit about spawning rules. So let's look at the sheep and watch. When I go up high enough to about 40 blocks above, things start despawning. See? That's because a good rule of thumb for spawning in Minecraft is things spawn between 24 blocks distance away from you, and they despawn when you go above 40, just like that. So our options for this mob farm is we could build it down on the ground and build up 40 blocks for our AFK spot, or you can build it out in the ocean or high up in the air so that you don't have to worry about things spawning down on the ground. We're going to build ours high up in the air. Okay, so I want to make sure I'm far away from any mountains. There we go. So I'm going to take some blocks just to get me going and build up in the air. I'm going to go up to level 120. Okay, that's far enough away from the ground. We don't have to worry about things on the ground. Now we are going to build a 4x4 platform for our collection system. We want to make sure that we collect everything in our mob farm. Lay down a double chest. That's pretty standard. Oh, you know what? I messed up. We're going to make this one 5x5. There we go. And we're going to put a chest here and extend that out this way. Okay, place down a hopper going into that chest. And then make a 3x3 hopper platform. Just like that. All the hoppers leading into each other and going into the chest. I'm going to build up a wall around these hoppers. And at the end, I'm going to place campfires on all of these hoppers, but I'm going to save that for the end because the smoke is really annoying. Then I'm going to build up this wall 1, 2, 3 blocks high, just like that. I'm going to do that all the way around the hoppers. Okay, just above the chest, I'm going to place glass, then the rest blocks. That way I can still open my chest. Now on each side, I'm going to build out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks and place a block on the end block. Do that on all sides. Then, using these as a guide, go ahead and build a platform connecting all of these axes. Just like that. Now, pretty typical for mob farms, we are creating a water trough that's going to push everything down into here, the kill chamber. So we're going to build up a wall all the way around. Then in each corner, we are going to come and place 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1 blocks. Like so. Then we are going to start building up another wall. Now I'm going to switch over to tinted glass just for this example so that we can see what's going on. Tinted glass blocks light like a solid block, but you can still see through it. You can use solid blocks for this. I just want us to be able to see the mobs at the end so you can see how the farm works. Building up another wall. And now it's time to place water. You can easily do that by placing water here, then skipping a block, placing water again, then grabbing from the middle, which is now an infinite source, skipping a block, placing again, grabbing, skipping a block, placing again, grabbing, all the way around. Now, if you did it right, all the water should flow exactly to the edge. If you didn't calculate that right, you'll have to rebuild the platform. Place water in the corners. There we go. Now everything is flowing to the middle. Now grab some blocks and build up 1, 2, 3 blocks. Come to the middle. Okay, so this block is exactly in the middle right here. Break these blocks. And then from here, we're actually going to break this middle block and place a dispenser facing up. Now, just a quick hint before we keep going. If you want this to be a passive mob farm, you can do that. You just need to make these solid platform blocks into grass blocks. And don't put a roof on it. Okay, but we're making a hostile mob farm, so we're going to build out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do that on all 4 sides of the dispenser. You'll get something that looks like that. Then you're going to lay down 6 blocks this way, then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That'll give you something that looks like that. Do that in all 4 quadrants. You'll end up with something that looks like that. Come to each corner, build up 1 block, put a dispenser facing up like that, and do the same thing over here. Place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do that on this side as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can break this block. Okay, so now we have something in this corner, and we're going to do it in all 4 corners. Okay, when you're done, you'll get something that looks like this. Now for the redstone. So for the redstone, I'm actually going to use glass and come out 1, 2, 3 blocks, then build a platform 1, 2, 3 blocks this way, 1, 2, 3 blocks this way, and then make a second row of that. I'm going to place a redstone block here, sticky piston here, sticky piston here, just like that. 2 hoppers facing into each other, so you do that by placing 1 or temporary block, place a hopper going into that, break that, place another hopper going into that, comparator, comparator, repeater, repeater. Looks like I need a couple more blocks over here. Redstone, 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 and then throw a stack of whatever you want in one of these hoppers. That just created a delayed repeater clock for us. From here, I'm going to have redstone coming out to here. Then I take glass and extend it all the way around the build on the edge here. Just like that. Now remember, this tinted glass can be solid blocks. I'm just using tinted glass so we see what's going on. But you're going to build up the next wall all the way around. And then build up one more wall after that. Okay, now come inside the build, and where your redstone is, you want to break that block. Take an observer, place it like that, and then place another one, and then break this row until you reach your dispenser. Just like that. Now for the rest of the redstone, and I promise this first bit is a little bit confusing, but every layer after this is a lot easier. Now we're going to place redstone going this way. Redstone only travels 15 blocks, so every once in a while you're going to need to throw down a repeater. And we are going to go this way, but when we cross over close to where our dispensers are, we're going to break that block and place down a repeater. Do that all the way around. Now, once you get to one of the back rows, what you could do instead of going all the way around one way is just come out from your original redstone this way. Now you don't want it to hook back up with the other side. You don't want your redstone to make a full loop. So I'm going to actually break this row so that it doesn't make a full loop. So as long as all 4 dispensers are hooked up to the redstone one way or another, you're good. Just make sure that your redstone doesn't go all the way around making a loop. Again, that was the trickiest part. Now, come inside your mob farm, place a bucket in one of the dispensers, wait for it to turn on, and once it does, go to another corner and place down a bucket, and maybe grab another dispenser and place down another bucket. There you go. The point is you want alternating waters. So now I'm going to come over to another one, place another water bucket in, and come to my middle platform and place another water bucket. Let me show you from above what that looks like. Okay, and you can see how the water is alternating, turning off and on. That's exactly what we want. Now this is the idea of the mob farm. So mobs are going to spawn and the water is going to push them into our collection system. We could throw a roof on this thing and call it a day, but we want this to be a very productive farm. So I'm going to add some more layers. The redstone for the rest of these layers is really easy, but first we're going to build up a wall all the way around. Remember, it could be solid blocks. And then in each corner, we are going to place an observer facing down. Then on top of each observer, place a dispenser facing up. For the middle, we're going to have to do the same, but for that, we're going to have to build up 1 block, 2 blocks, place an observer facing down, dispenser facing up, break those blocks. Now for each one of those rows, we copy the blocks underneath, adding them to the dispenser. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure and copy that above each one of the platforms of our mob farm. And make sure and do it for the middle platform as well. And guys, that's it for the redstone for that layer. The observers take care of everything. Go ahead and build up your wall all the way around, building it up high enough so that the water doesn't escape. Gosh, these clouds are kind of annoying. And then just like below, I'm going to place water in 2 dispensers, wait for those to turn on, and then place water in the other dispensers. Okay, there we go. We could just throw a roof on this thing and call it a day. But why stop there if we could do more? Guys, I'm gonna copy this layer 2 more times. I'll see you in a minute. All right, everybody, we got it done. Our 4 layers with alternating water, all connected to the same redstone. Again, the redstone after the first layer is really, really easy because it just relies on observers. Sometimes the timing will get messed up. That's okay. As long as there's some platforms that are empty with water and some that are full, you're good. Now we got to build a roof on this thing. So I suggest that on the last layer you build, you come up 3 blocks from the platform. That way we might get the occasional witch. Then we are going to cover the top with solid blocks. And then cover that roof with leaves. That way mobs don't spawn up here on the top. Man, this thing is big. Oh, and as you can see, we already have mobs spawning. Let's come down to our collection chamber. And I forgot, oh dear, where's that water coming from? As you remember, I didn't place down the campfires yet, but I need to now. Okay, now we have a mob farm. It's all working, we don't have water overflow. I had forgot to place down a block up top, or I broke it or something and it was causing a waterfall. But now we should be good. Now we need to get 24 blocks away from the edge. So take glass or leaves, build out over here to the edge of your farm and count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I usually build up just a little bit for my AFK platform so that I can be kind of in the middle so I can see everything that's going on. Ladders do not work on glass, so you want to make sure and use solid blocks for your pillar. And I'm gonna make a little nice mob-proof AFK platform over here. Okay, and now we just stand in our AFK platform and wait. Guys, in just a matter of minutes, I haven't been doing this but just for like 3 minutes, look at all the drops that we get. This farm is crazy productive. Now, I did adjust the redstone. I took off half of my stack, so it's a half stack, 32 items. That seems to be the good timing as far as the water pushing the mobs goes. I hope you guys enjoyed this crazy productive mob farm, and as always, thanks for watching.